Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on B106 and B106.com. Tonight it is a Colorado 7 League doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustangs have traveled to Weld Central to take on the Rebels. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast tonight. Claudia Nickel along here with Brian Nickel.
And now the starting
Michaela Clipper back at the controls for us in Fort Morgan tonight.
Number 10,
The 5-0 Lady Mustangs come here to the Weld Central Rebels, and they sit at Weld Central is 4-1 in league, averaging 36 points a game, giving up 31 points a game. Fort Morgan is averaging 42 points a game, giving up 28.2. So the girls' game will start here shortly after they get the starters introduced. And we will give you those Fort Morgan starters, and that is the starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So starting tonight for your Lady Mustangs is sophomore Kelsey Shaver, sophomore Hallie Shaver, sophomore Haley Lewis, junior Abby Mussman, and senior Lindsay Nestor. And now starting for the Weld Central Lady Rebels is junior Emily Boko, junior Michaela Brodsky, senior Anita Ballinger, junior Jordan McClure, and senior Kelly Carlson. So leading scorers for the Weld Central Rebels comes in at McClure at 7.8 points a game, Boko at 3 points a game, and the non-starter Gherkin comes in at 4 points a game. For the Fort Morgan Mustangs, their leading score is Haley Lewis at 14.2 points a game, followed by Kelsey Shaver at Kelsey Shaver at 4.5 points a game, and Hallie Shaver at 3.6 points a game for your Lady Mustangs. So Fort Morgan comes in 5-0 in league play. 6-6 overall. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmar Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. So about ready to get this game underway here as they're given some final instructions, and the ref to the center circle. Tip is going to be controlled by the Mustangs into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Now to Mussman out on the right wing. Kelsey Shaver, now a shot from the left corner, and that is up and no good by Nestor, but off of the Rebels and out of bounds. So Fort Morgan to inbounds, right baseline of their basket. Hallie Shaver to inbounds for the Lady Mustangs. They get it into Mussman. Jumper from the left corner is up and good for Abby Mussman. Nice way for the Mustangs to get started here. Now full court pressure by the Mustangs. Tipped away, turnover by the Rebels as they get the ball into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Back over to Kelsey. Now cross court to Mussman. Mussman, a 2 from the right side is up and no good. Rebounded by Mussman. That shot is up and no good. But tracked down in the corner once again by Mussman. But she stepped on the baseline, on the sideline, and out of bounds. So turnover Mustangs. So Fort Morgan with their almost like a 3-quarter press. Another tip, another turnover. Haley Lewis all the way down, and she's going to go up for the shot, but she is grabbed on the shot. And that will send Haley Lewis to the line to shoot 2. And that foul is going to go on Michaela Brovsky. So Haley Lewis to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good for Lewis. Haley Lewis on the year is shooting at 68% from the charity stripe. So she lines up for shot number 2. And that is up and no good. Rebounded by Carlson. Fort Morgan now falls back into their 2-3 defense. Far side now up to the point over on the left side is Boko. Now over on the right side again as they whip the ball around here back over to Boko. A lot of movement on the perimeter. Now a 3 is lined up from the far side, up and no good. Rebounded by Lewis. They get the ball into the front court to set up their offense. Lewis, her pass is going to be taken away, turnover. And then a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Lewis as she tried to get the ball back. Her first, team first. She went to pass the ball and there was a Rebel right in the way. Now over on the far side to Boko as she's guarded now up top to Ballinger. Ballinger out on the high right wing, now over on the right side. Boko, now they pass it back around as they keep the ball out on the perimeter. Not much going on inside, even if they do have Kelly Carlson in there, a 5'10 senior. Trying to drive that baseline again. They get it into Carlson. Now they're going to kick it back out over on the other side to Boca. Back up top to Ballinger. Now cross court to Brovsky. 5:30 to go here. 3-0 Fort Morgan. We just got this game underway. Good defense here by the Mustang. That shot is going to be up and no good, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. And that will send Ballinger to the line to shoot 2. And that foul is going to go on Hallie Shaver, her first. Ballinger to go to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and no good. Second shot off the back of the rim and also no good. Tipped around and going to be run down by the Rebels. As they get the ball up top to Boko. Cross court to Boko from Ballinger. Now over on the right side to Brovsky. Back out to Ballinger. A lot of perimeter play here by these Rebels. Now skip pass, now back up to Ballinger. Now over on the other side to Brovsky. Now up top once again to Ballinger. A lot of perimeter passing here. Now a shot is going to be up and no good, but it's going to be rebounded by the Rebels. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. She gets it into the hands of Hallie Lewis. Hallie Shaver, excuse me. Nestor now back out to Shaver on the far side to Mussman. Kelsey Shaver up top now to Hallie Shaver. Back to Kelsey in the corner, and her shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Run down finally by Nestor. Nice job by Nestor. As the Mustangs look to work this ball around, probably look to get Lewis open underneath. It's going to be stolen on the far side, but she was on the sideline, and that was Ballinger. So Fort Morgan to inbounds far side, mid front court. 3-0 Fort Morgan with 3:48 to go here, first period. The ball Coming in to Mussman, now to Kelsey. Back to Mussman, over to Hallie Shaver out at the top. Ball tipped away momentarily, but retrieved and given to Kelsey Shaver. Back to Hallie. Now underneath the nest, a nice little shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Boko. Ballinger to Boko over on the left side to Brodsky. Still 3-0 Fort Morgan. A 2 from the right side, and that is off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Mussman. It's tipped out of her hands and out of bounds, so Fort Morgan will retain possession and inbounds on the far side. As Brodsky comes out and Isabel Leet into the game for the Rebels as Mustangs get the ball in court. Mussman now out on the high left wing, back to Shaver. Mussman now to Lewis. Lewis's shot is going to be off and no good. So Weld Central 2 inbounds at the far end of the court as they get the ball into Ballinger. Full court press again by the Mustangs. They get the ball up court to Carlson. Now they get it underneath, but it's going to be stolen away by the Mustangs. Now to Nestratt on the high right wing. Kelsey Shaver from right side is up and no good. Hits the support and goes out of bounds. So Weld Central to take possession far into their court. Once again, 2:22 to go. Fort Morgan 3, Rebels nothing. As the Rebels do get the ball up court, in the front court to Ballinger. Shot is going to be no good. They have a turnover on the Rebels as they were called for travel. So see if the Mustangs can work this down and get Haley Lewis open. Riley Bauman ready to check in at the next dead ball. Hallie Shaver out at the point as they're trying to get the offense set up. Got the ball over to Kelsey. Now Mussman in the right corner, back out to Kelsey Shaver. Kelsey Shaver with a shot from the right side off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by the Weld Central Rebels. They're going to call a travel as McClure goes to the ground. So Nestor comes out, Bauman into the game with 1:36 to go here first period. 3-0 Fort Morgan. Hallie Shaver to inbound right baseline of their basket. They get it into Lewis. Her shot from the right side is up and good for Haley Lewis. 3 points on the night for Lewis. 5-0 Fort Morgan now as the Rebels work to get the ball up into the front court, and they do into Ballinger's hands. Now cross court to Boko. Boko drives it down, and they're going to call a hand check foul on that far side. And that will go against Abby Mussman, her first, team third. Lady Rebels to inbounds right baseline of their basket as they get the ball in. Now a three is taken from the right side, up and no good. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call Mussman with another foul under the basket. So 2 quick ones on Abby. So Amy Anderson to come in for Mussman. Rebels to inbounds once again right baseline of their basket. Mustangs up 5-0 with 1:10 here in the first quarter. Three from up top is up and good by Isabel Leet. Mustangs with the ball now here under a minute to go, up 5-3. Haley Lewis's shot is going to be in and out. Riley Bauman with the rebound, up and in for Bauman. Nice job there by Riley Bauman to get that put back 7-3 Fort Morgan with 33 seconds to go first period. Get the ball up top again to Ballinger. Over on their right side, and that shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Then they're going to call it travel. So turnover Fort Morgan. 22.3 seconds to go first period. Morgan up 7-3. Borowski back into the game, this time for Ballinger. As they are to inbounds right baseline of their basket. Look to get it in. They get it in right under the basket, but guarded heavily. Now a jump ball is going to be called, and that will be possession to the Rebels. So 18.8 seconds to go here in the first period. Lady Mustangs up 7-3. Leet looks to get the ball in. Shot is going to be off the rim and no good, but rebounded by Leet. Her shot is up and no good. Tipped into Lewis with 10 seconds. Lewis is going to take it all the way to the basket. Her layup is going to be up and no good. And then rebounded, but the shot was blocked from behind. There's 4.5 seconds. So Hallie Shaver to inbounds left baseline of their baskets. They get the ball into Kelsey Shaver. Her shot from the right side is up and good for Kelsey Shaver, and that will bring the first period to a close with the Lady Mustangs at 9-3 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Claudia Nickel here at Weld Central High School as the Mustangs start this second period with possession up 9-3. Riley Bauman to inbounds far side. Kelsey Shaver out right now, and Madison Griffith into the game for the Mustangs. Now we have a turnover on Fort Morgan. As they get the ball inbounds, do the Rebels up to and now across midcourt with Leet. Leet is her shot is going to be up and in and out on the rebound. That fouled on the shot is McClure. And that shot is going to go on Haley Lewis. Be her second. So McClure to the line to shoot two, and the first one is up and good. So she will get a second. Free throw is off the rim and no good. Rebounded, taken away by Haley Lewis. Now they get it up to Bauman up midcourt. Now it's going to be taken away from her, but she traveled, and that was a good call by the ref there. But Fort Morgan to inbounds right baseline of their basket up 9-4. They look to get the ball in. They get it into Amy Anderson. She goes up for the shot, but she is fouled on the shot. So that will send Anderson to the line to shoot two. And that foul is on Borowski, her second. Amy Anderson misses the first. Yes, Lewis comes out, Bauman comes out, Nestor back in, and Kelsey Shaver back in. Anderson on the year shooting only 33% from the free throw line. That one is up and good, though, for Anderson. 1 point on the night for her. So 10-4 Fort Morgan with 7:26 to go first half. As full court pressure once again put on by the Mustangs. Get the ball into the hand of Leet as she drives it down into the lane. A shot is up and no good. Rebounded, though, by the Rebels. Shot is going to be up and good. I believe that was by McClure. Kelsey Shaver now to Hallie Shaver, over to Griffith. Ball is tipped and kicked around, and Amy Anderson right corner now to Kelsey Shaver, now to Hallie Shaver, over to Madison Griffith. Shaver for the three from the top, in and out. Fought for, rebounded by Anderson, and no foul called there as the ball was taken away. So the Rebels look to set up their offense. The Mustangs up 10-6. We're going to have a foul called underneath on the shot. And that will go against Anderson, her first. Can't see who they've got at the line to shoot. For the Rebels. First free throw is up and good. Cannot tell who it is though for sure. That's might be McClure. No, McClure's on the side here. 10-7. That free throw was up and no good. And that was Gherkin with the free throw. Made it good. Now a foul on Gherkin on the rebound. So Hallie Shaver, off to Griffith. Back to Shaver out at the top, now to Kelsey. Griffith now, not a good pass, is going to be taken away, but possession arrow to the Mustangs. As the Mustangs will inbound right baseline of their basket. Anderson to come out. Mussman back into the game. So Hallie Shaver looks to get the ball in, gets it in to Nestor in the corner. Now back out to Mussman out on the high right wing. Back out to the point. Now Mussman back out to Shaver. Nestor from the free throw line. That shot is up and good for Nestor, her first bucket of the night. 12-7 Lady Mustangs with 5:40 to go here in the first half. That shot is going to be out of bounds off of the Rebels. I thought maybe it was blocked, but out of the hands of the Lady Rebels. It's for Morgan now inbounds with 5.5 to go here first half, up 12-7. Mussman now out on the high right wing, now to Kelsey Shaver. Back out to Mussman. Griffith now to Kelsey. Now Mussman now underneath. Back out to Nestor. Nestor in the lane. Her shot is off the rim, bounces around and no good. But they're going to call a foul on Gherkin of the Rebels. Called that on the foul shot, and that shot is up and good by Lindsay Nestor. 3 points on the night for Nestor. Nestor's averaging 42% from the free throw line, and that shot is also up and good for Nestor. High arcing shot. 14-7 Fort Morgan as they put on the forecourt pressure once again. Ball is going to be taken away by Griffith. Nice job by Griffith. She gets over to Mussman. Mussman brings it back out to Hallie Shaver. Now they just lost the power at the scoreboard. Got unplugged, but everything comes right back up where it was, right at 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Mustangs up 14-7. So now they're having a discussion here at the table with the scorekeeper. I don't think it was anything he did. It got unplugged back behind him there someplace. So Fort Morgan to inbounds. Ref was telling him it was right at 5 minutes left here as they get the ball into Shaver. She gets it across midcourt, keeps the dribble alive. Now over to Mussman out on the high right wing. Now back out to Shaver out at the point. Hands it off to Griffith. Now back out to Mussman. Mussman at the right elbow. Now back over to Griffith. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded though by Nestor. Her shot up and no good. Gets her own rebound and she goes up for the shot and she is going to be fouled. So nice hustle there by Lindsay Nestor. Stay after that ball. And that foul is going to go on Boko. Her first. So Nestor back to the line to shoot two, where she just was 2 of 2. 4:37 to go here in the first half. Free throw is up and good for Nestor. 3 of 3 from the free throw line is Lindsay Nestor. 15-7 Fort Morgan. Next free throw is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Rebels. As they look to pass the ball around. Up the three is going to be taken from this left side by Leet, her second three of the night. 15-10 Lady Mustangs with 4:16 to go here first half. Mussman. Now Shaver, now back to Mussman. Now to Nestor in the lane. Back out to Holly Shaver. Her shot no good, but taken underneath. I'm going to call a travel. I don't know how they get a travel out of that when she passed the ball. But turnover Fort Morgan now as the Lady Rebels get the ball in the back court as they get the ball into the hands of Leet. Now Ballinger out at midcourt. Now over to Leet, back to Ballinger. Now a timeout is going to be taken here by the Weld Central Rebels, so we'll take one with them. 15-10 Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. 15-10 Lady Mustangs as the Rebels will inbounds here near side, just in front of the scorer's table. As they get the ball down low, it's going to be taken away though by the Mustangs. Nice job by the Mustangs. They get Haley Lewis back into the game. Ball is going to be tipped but retained by Fort Morgan, but the pass underneath is going to be taken away by McClure. Turnover there by the Mustangs. Now the Rebels look to get a shot off here, and that shot is going to be up and good by McClure. 5 points on the night from McClure, 15-12 Lady Mustangs. As they look to get the ball underneath, out to Mussman out on the high right wing. Now to Kelsey in the corner, back to Mussman. As the Mustangs look to pass this ball around, looking for an open shot. Now Mussman over on the right side, going to be off the hands and out of bounds off of Kelsey Shaver. Not a real good pass. To Shaver, so 2:54 to go here in the first half. Fort Morgan up 3, 15-12. Haley Lewis with only 3 points on the night so far. Leet now, oh, that should have been a travel, and it was. Leet goes to pass the ball, and the Mustangs got in the traveling lane. She had to hold up, but she took a couple of steps. So Hallie Shaver brings the ball up into the front court. Ball into the corner now to Nestor. Nestor back out to Shaver, now over to Mussman. As the Mustangs pass this ball around, they try to get the ball into Shaver, to Lewis. Her shot off the backboard, up and no good, but they're going to call a foul. And that foul will go on McClure, her first. They're going to say that was on the shooting arm. So the shot is up and good for Haley Lewis. 16-12. Lady Mustangs as Lewis gets set for her second shot. 2:20 to go first half. That was off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Carlson. Now into the hands of Ballinger. Ballinger gets it over to Lead out on the high right wing. Now back to Ballinger. Over on the left side to Boko. Now over to Leet. Ballinger now out high. Now over to Boko. Three is going to be up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded to Lead in the far corner. Now back over to Boko. Leet to Ballinger as they look to pass this ball around. 1:46 to go here in the first half. Mustangs up 16-12. Now into the right baseline. Now a three is going to be taken off the rim and no good. Rebound is going to be taken away by Haley Lewis. Her shot is going to be in and out for Lewis. Rebounded to the Rebels with 1:22 first half. 16-12 Lady Mustangs. As the Mustangs look to stay perfect in the Colorado 7 League as they sit now at 5-0. Now Leet on that far side. Ball fought for on that far side. I don't know how they get a timeout called when they look like they should have had a jump ball, but just a 30-second timeout. So we'll just keep it here for right now. With 1:01 to go here in this first half of play. Trinidad Benham serving area bean growers since 1921. Give them a call at 970-522-3595 for all your dry bean needs. They are proud supporters of Northeastern Colorado sports. B&J Plumbing can handle all your plumbing needs from clogged drains to a major construction project. Just give them a call at 522-3828. Atwood Steakhouse, home of the $8.95 dinner menu during the week and the best prime rib and other great specials on Friday and Saturdays. So the Rebels to inbound right baseline of their basket with Boko to get it in. She gets it in to Ballinger. She picks it up to the point. Picks up her dribble. Now back to Boko, back to Ballinger. Under a minute to go here. Leet out on the left high wing. Now over to Ballinger on the right side. Pass the ball around here. Now they try to get it underneath, and it's going to be taken away by Haley Shaver. Nice job by Shaver. Now they get it into the hands of Lewis. Going to be slapped away from her, so turnover by the Mustangs. With 30 seconds to go. Fort Morgan up 16-12. As we close in on the end of this first half. Ballinger now to Leet, back to Ballinger. Boko back out to Ballinger as they just whip this ball around here, looking for something to open up underneath. They'll try to get it back to Leet, see if she can hit a three. She's going to be on the line though. Rebounded, going to be by the Mustangs as Mussman comes down with it. With 3 seconds, she needs to get a shot up here. She gets the shot up, but no good. So at the end of the first half, the Lady Mustangs 16, the Weld Central Lady Rebels 12 on B106 and B106.com. Back here with more of the halftime show here at Weld Central High School as Lady Mustangs are up 16-12. Elsewhere in the Colorado 7 League tonight, Skyview is at Vista Peak and Elizabeth is at Inglewood. Fort Lupton and Alameda are off tonight. As far as the history of this contest, Fort Morgan is 2-9 as far as the girls go since 2011. Lost last year, and they've lost their last 6. Last year they were defeated 54-45 and 61-43. And so far this year, Weld Central, they are at 3-1 as they have beat Skyview, Alameda, Fort Lupton, and have lost to Vista Peak. So now Now we'll get the last 20 seconds off the clock. Here's the refs finally make their way out of the locker room and get ready for the second half of play. So possession will be to the Lady Rebels, as Boko to inbounds far side to Ballinger. She gets it crossed into the front court. Now back to Boko on the far side. Now as they pass this ball around here, Ballinger now out front to Brodsky. Now over to Boko. Boko on the high left wing. They're going to call her for a travel. So a turnover on the first possession. For the Rebels, as Fort Morgan gets the ball inbounds to Shaver. Now to Mussman out on the high left wing. Now underneath, going to be tipped out of bounds off of Ballinger. So Fort Morgan will retain possession left baseline of their basket. Haley Shaver to inbounds. Keeps looking to get it in. They finally get it in to Kelsey. Now Mussman from the free throw line. Her shot is partially blocked, but rebounded and put back up in by Haley Lewis. 6 points on the night for Lewis. They get the ball into the front court. Now on the near side to back out to Ballinger at the point. Now over to Boko. Boko backs it out. Now cross court to Brodsky. Brodsky looks to get it underneath. Nestor goes down. The shot is going to be up and good by McClure. As Nestor, I don't know if she had got pushed, but she ended up going to the floor, and that left McClure open at the bucket. 18-14. Now the ball is going to be tipped, so Fort Morgan will retain possession as they get it to Mussman. Now back out to Shaver out at the point. Kicks it off to Mussman out at the point now. She drives it down the right side, picks up her dribble. Now back out to Nestor. Nestor's shot from up top is in and out, and rebounded by Ballinger. As she brings that ball up court, 18-14, Lady Mustangs. Left side to Boko. She's going to back it out now into the corner. Back out to Ballinger. As the Lady Rebels look to get their offense set up. Now to Boko on the near side. Back to Ballinger down in the corner. Now underneath. That shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by McClure, and they're going to call a foul on the shot. So that looks like that will send McClure back to the free throw line. And that will go on Mussman, her third. So McClure to the line to shoot two, and that first one is up and no good. 5:44 to go here, third period. Lady Mustangs up 18-14. McClure with their second shot, and that is up and off the rim, also no good. But the rebound is up and rolls out, rebounded to Nestor. As the Mustangs get the ball up into the front court to get it to Hallie Shaver. Now to Nestor. Nestor's going to be called, though, for the travel. Did a little head fake and called her for the travel. Now a 30-second timeout is going to be taken by Fort Morgan, so we'll just keep it here. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Early Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Early Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Early Toyota East. So each team with a bucket here in this third period. Haley Lewis now with 6 on the night. Jordan McClure for the Lady Rebels with 7. So 5:30 left here in this third period as the Mustangs hold on to this 4-point lead. Fort Morgan now to put on full court pressure as the Lady Rebels get the ball inbounds to Ballinger. Now to Boko, back over across court to Brovsky. She gets it up court, tipped it back to her. Now the ball is going to be tipped but taken by Boko. Ball is blocked. It looks like it's going to be off of Weld Central and out of bounds. So Fort Morgan to inbounds far into the court. Kelsey gets it into Hallie, and she gets her across midcourt. 5:11 to go. Still 18-14. Hallie Shaver to the left elbow. Now to Kelsey, left baseline. To Nestor at the free throw line. Into the lane. That shot is up and good for Lindsay Nestor. She does that head fake and then drives it into the lane. Now Weld Central with the ball in the front court. Ballinger with a three, and that is up and good for Ballinger. Her first three of the night, actually her first points of the night. 20-16. Fort Morgan. Now Kelsey, or Haley with a shot, up and no good. Rebound. Now there's going to be a trip foul. I believe that will be on Emily Boko. And they're going to call that on Ballinger, her first. So Fort Morgan to inbound right baseline of their basket. As Mussman comes out, Riley Bauman into the game. As they look to get the ball in, they get the ball in on the right corner. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Hallie Shaver. Now they're going to call a jump, and that will stay with the Mustangs. Up 20-17. As Gherkin comes in and Boko comes out for the Rebels. Get the ball into Nestor. Nestor's shot from the left side is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Carlson. She gets it into the hands of Ballinger. She brings it up the court into the front court with 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Lady Mustangs up 3, 20-17. Now Ballinger on the right wing. She gets it out to Leet, back to Ballinger. Now to Lead on that far side. They're trying to get it underneath, but it's going to be tipped away into the corner. Carlson comes up with it. Now Ballinger out at the point. To Lead over to Gherkin on the high right wing. Now back out to Lead over to Ballinger on the, now to Carlson, and rebounded by the Rebels as they look to pass this ball around.
Stop, D, here we go.
Zone defense here by the Mustangs, 2-3 zone defense. With them leading 20-17. Oh, shot right at the bucket, up and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. Nice job by Nestor to get that rebound. But Fort Morgan ends up having a bad pass and turning it over at their end of the court. So another turnover by the Mustangs as the Rebels will inbounds far into the court. Now Haley Shaver has come out. Griffith back in for the Mustangs. Ball is going to be tipped away and taken, and now a jump ball is going to be called, but that will stay with the Rebels. Now as Boko comes in and Carlson takes a seat for the Lady Rebels. Rebels to inbounds left baseline of their basket. Mustangs up 20-17. As they look to get the ball in, they get it into Boko. Now to Lead out on the high left wing. Brings it up to the point. Keeps the dribble alive. Now off to Ballinger out on the high left wing. As they play catch out here at the, around the perimeter. Look to get the ball underneath to Gherkin. That shot up and no good. Rebounded, but it's going to be off of McClure and out of bounds as Haley Lewis had it for a moment and then stripped, but it was off of the Rebels and out of bounds. So Nestor to inbounds to Shaver. Now cross court to Nestor. Nestor to Lewis. Lewis's shot from the right side up and no good. Rebounded by Ballinger. They get the ball into the hands of Leet with 2:10 to go here, third period. Ballinger now is going to back it out and slow things down here a little bit. They get it into the hands of Leet out at the point now to Ballinger at the high right wing. Keeps her dribble alive. The Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone defense. Now into the corner to Boko. Cross-court pass now back out to Ballinger. To Leet out at the point. Minute 30 to go here in this third period. They get the ball underneath. Shot is going to be up and in, and that is good. I believe that was Gherkin for 2. Lady Mustangs still up 1 with a minute 24 in this third period as they get the ball into the hands of Nestor. Cross court to Kelsey Shaver. Now to Madison Griffith. Minute 13 to go. Now to Nestor out at the wing. Cross court pass back to Nestor as they look to get the ball underneath to Lewis. Lewis back to Nestor. Nestor now to Griffith at the point. Now to Shaver out on the high right wing. Under a minute to go here. In this third period, Mustangs up 20-19. Need a bucket here to extend this lead as they get the ball. As Coach Andy Schoen is going to take a 30-second timeout. So we'll just leave it here with 43.1 seconds to go here in this third period. Lady Mustangs hold on to a 20-19 lead. Pete's Farmers Cooperative have been in business since 1915, and they are still a small-town company that cares about each of their individual customers. See them for all your propane, fuel, and farm needs. Stubbs Gas and Oil makes Stubbs Gas and Oil your next stop out of town. During your visit, you can gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch, get snacks, and your hunting and fishing licenses. Find everything you need at low prices at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Colorado Plains Medical Center, accidents and illness strike day and night, and every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. So Riley Bauman now into the game for Mussman. Now they're going to call a travel on Fort Morgan. Another turnover here with 39.1 seconds left here in this third period. Get the ball into the hands of Ballinger. Now they get it up to Boko, back over to Ballinger out on the high right wing. Now Leet, now to Boko. So you try to get it under, through the hands of Lewis. And I believe Gherkin went up for the shot, and she is going to be fouled. And that will go against Haley Lewis, her third. But they will send, it's going to be Kelly Carlson to the line to shoot 2. Carlson's first shot is up and no good. Carlson on the air shooting at 58% from the charity stripe. 21.9 seconds. Need to block out here and get this rebound. In and out. Rebounded by Bauman. She gets it into the hands of Griffith. Now get it up to Lewis. Lewis, over the extended hands of Nestor. 12.4 seconds as it goes out of bounds. So Weld Central 2 inbounds far side of the court as the Mustangs put on their full court pressure once again. They get it into Leet, now back to Boko. Now Carlson back over to Leet. Leet's going to drive it down. Her shot is going to be up and no good. Tip looked like it should be Fort Morgan's ball, and it is. It was knocked out of bounds by Gherkin, a 5'8 junior, with 2.4 seconds to go here in this third period. They get the ball in. And it's going to be tipped away, so that's how it will end here at 3. The Lady Mustangs up by 1, 20-19 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Claudia Nickel here at Weld Central High School. where the Lady Mustangs lead it by 1 going into this fourth period, 20-19. Possession arrow to the Lady Mustangs as they break their huddle to head out on the court. So the original starting 5 back in for the Mustangs as Kelsey Shaver to inbounds midcourt to Hallie Shaver. Mussman now at the left wing, back to Shaver out at the point. Mussman, Nestor at the free throw line, now to Kelsey out on the right wing. Oh, bad pass there by Kelsey Shaver, well over the head of Mussman. So not the way they wanted to start this fourth period off with a turnover. Fort Morgan, Weld Central goes down and makes a basket. This will be the first time that the Lady Mustangs will be behind tonight. So they try to get the ball underneath to Carlson. Her shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Lewis picks up her dribble. Now over to Shaver out at the point. Now to Lewis down on the left baseline. Now to Mussman. Mussman into the lane. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded by the Weld Central Rebels as they tip it around in the back court. They get it into the hands of Ballinger. And she will now set up the offense for the Rebels as they get it into the hands of Brovsky. Now back to Boko out at the point. Just under 7 minutes here. Another turnover by the Rebels as it goes off the hands of Brovsky and out of bounds on the far side. So Nestor to trigger in the pass to Hallie Shaver as they look to get their offense set up. Lewis has been held in check tonight pretty much. So Fort Morgan is going to take a timeout. So we'll take one with them. Lady Mustangs up 20-19 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Weld Central High School as the Mustangs hold on to the slim lead, 20-19. As Fort Morgan will inbound just in front of their bench here on the near side. Kelsey Shaver to inbounds for the Mustangs. She gets it into Hallie. Now at the point, now cross court to Mussman. Mussman now going to be tipped away. Turnover by the Lady Mustangs. Not a good pass. Now as Ballinger gets the ball up court as they get set into their offense. Ball is going to be tipped now out to Boko as Carlson was looking for the ball underneath as she was open, but they didn't get the ball to her. So Ballinger over on the far side to Brodsky. Now to Boko out at the point. Back to Ballinger. Now she's going to pull it out now to Carlson that was McClure, but out of bounds off of Boko and out of bounds. So Fort Morgan to inbounds far into the court. Just a tick under 6 minutes left here in this contest with the Mustangs up 20-19. Tried to get the ball underneath. Nice job. Oh, missed by Lewis though, right at the bucket. She was wide open and couldn't get it to go down. Just a little hard and off the other side. But they got the lob in underneath. So Weld Central will call a timeout. So we'll take one with them. Still 20-19 on B106 and B106.com. 5:36 left here at Weld Central High School as the Weld Central Rebels will inbounds just in front of their bench. Brodsky to inbounds for the Rebels as she will try to get it in. As she gets it in to the backcourt to Ballinger. Ballinger now gets it back over to Boko. They're going to call Boko for the travel, so a turnover. Neither team wanting to take advantage of the other's mistakes here, as either one of them could take advantage here. It'd be a 8 or 9 point lead here by now, but neither team can seem to get the ball in where they need to. Now almost a turnover, but tipped out of bounds by Ballinger. So Fort Morgan to inbound just in front of their bench near side. Hallie Shaver looks to inbounds as she gets it into Abby Mussman out at the point. Mussman now back out to Kelsey, over to Hallie. Her shot is up and no good and out of bounds. So the Lady Rebels to inbounds far into their court as the Mustangs do not put on the full court pressure here in this fourth period. Ballinger gets it to Carlson, now underneath. That shot is going to be up and good by Brovsky. So that gives the Rebels their first lead of the night, 21-20. Mussman shot from the right baseline is up and good for Mussman. So a short-lived lead there for the Rebels as the Mustangs back up now 22-21. 4:29. They're going to call a foul over on that far side on the Mustangs, and that will go on. Let's see who they're going to call it on. That'll be on Mussman. That will be her fourth. Mussman with 4, Lewis with 3, Hallie Shaver and Amy Anderson each with 1. As the Lady Rebels look to get the ball in, and they're going to be, that should be, the Rebels did retain possession. It was batted around out there, but retained by the Lady Rebels. Now they get it underneath. Shot is going to be up and no good by Leet. Mustangs inbounds far into the court. Hallie Shaver picks up her dribble now to Mussman out on the high right wing. 4 minutes to go here, fourth period, as they get it to Nestor. Nestor drives it down and gives it off to Kelsey. Now to Mussman out at the point. Now to Nestor at the free throw line. Her shot is up and off the back of the rim and no good. Fought for, but it's going to be off of Kelsey Shaver and out of bounds. A nice hustle by Shaver to try to save that ball. So 3:44 to go here. Fourth period as the Mustangs up 22-21. Each team with a single bucket here so far in this fourth period. As we're well over halfway in with 3:38 to go. Leet now at the right elbow, drives it all the way down. Her layup is going to be up and good by Leet. 8 points on the night for Leet. Kelsey Shaver now to Hallie Shaver. Shaver's jumper from the right side is up and no good. Ball is tipped around and going to be taken away by Boko. As now Ballinger in control of the ball. And she gets it up across half court. Gets it off to Leet. Now they're going to kick it back out to Ballinger out at the point with just under 3 minutes to go here. Rebels up 23-22. Rebels keep that dribble alive. Now to Ballinger. Now they're going to call an offensive foul on Boko, her second, as she set an illegal screen. So Mustangs need to take advantage of this turnover and get some points on the board, get this lead back with 2:43 to go. Now into Kelsey Shaver. Now out to Hallie, back to Mussman, now to Lewis. Lewis's pass is going to be knocked out of bounds by Leet. So Fort Morgan to inbounds just in front of their bench near side. Hallie Shaver looks to get the ball in. She does to Mussman. Far side, now the ball is going to be taken away. And fought for, now it's going to be taken away by Fort Morgan. Apparently Fort Morgan was in possession and they called Andy Schoen called a timeout. So we'll take one with him. 23-22 Rebels on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Claudia Nickel here at Weld Central High School. Michaela Clippert back at the studios for us tonight. as the Mustangs to inbounds far side as they get the ball into Kelsey. Now over to Mussman out at the high left wing. Now into the corner, back out to Mussman. Now to Nestor out on the far side. Now to Mussman out at the three-point circle. Now to Kelsey Shaver. Now to Mussman in the lane. Her layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded and fought for, but they're going to say it's off of Haley Lewis and out of bounds. With just under 2 minutes to go here, the Mustangs down 23-22. As the Lady Mustangs put on their full-court press once again. They get the ball up court quickly with Gherkin, and they're going to call a foul. And I believe that will go on Hallie Shaver. That will be her second, only the team fourth. Only 2 on the Rebels so far as they inbound right baseline of their basket. They get it in to Gherkin. Gherkin from the left elbow. Her shot is tipped around and a tie-up under the basket. So possession to the Rebels as they look to get Boko back into the game. The 30-second timeout will be taken by the Rebels, so we'll just keep it right here. So scoring is pretty low here in this fourth period. Is 4 points for the Rebels, only 2 for the Mustangs. Haley Lewis averaging 14 points on the night, so far only on the night with 6. Abby Mussman on the night so far with 4, Lindsay Nestor with 7, Riley Bauman with 2, Amy Anderson with 1, and Kelsey Shaver with 2. Fort Morgan needs to hold up defensively here and get the ball back and get a bucket to take this lead back. Rominger Jewelry and Gifts is the leader in Northeast Colorado for diamonds, jewelry, watches, and expert in store repair, jewelry repairs. For service, quality, and value, shop Rominger in downtown Sterling. Inbounding right baseline of their basket. Boko gets it in to Carlson. Now to Ballinger out at the high point. Off to Boko out at the high right wing. Being guarded. Now the ball is going to be taken away by the Mustangs. Nice job by Haley Lewis. Now they get the ball into the hands of Mussman with 1:22. Mussman drives it all the way down. Now they're going to kick it out to Kelsey. Down to Nestor. Nestor's going to drive it. Kick it back out. Now to Mussman on the right wing. Her shot is up but no good. Nestor with the rebound and free throw attempt, but that was over the basket, no good with 1 minute to go here as the Rebels with the ball with under a minute up 23-22. They're going to have to foul to get this ball back. They got to come out and get her. Now underneath, that shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Lewis, and they're going to call an over the back foul, I believe, on McClure. So McClure with her second. Nice job there by Haley Lewis to get position with 44.8 seconds. So the Mustangs to inbounds far into the court, now into Kelsey Shaver, or excuse me, Hallie Shaver. She gets it up across half court with 40 seconds to go. Now to Kelsey, cross court to Nestor. Now to Shaver, now into the corner to Mussman. Mussman drives the baseline. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebound will go by McClure. And out of bounds off of the Rebels, so 23.3 seconds to go. Fort Morgan to inbounds. And now Coach Andy Schoen will take a timeout. So we'll take one with him. Mustangs down 1, 23-22 on B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan with possession here, 23.3 seconds to go here in the game. They're down 1, 23-22 as Nestor needs to get the ball in. They do get it into Lewis. Now back to Nestor. Nestor for a deep three, and that is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Lewis. Haley Lewis with the bucket. Now they can make this a 2-point affair here with 17.3 seconds to go. Haley Lewis with the shot. Lewis on the year at 68%. That free throw is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Ballinger. If they can win it with a shot underneath, that shot is going to be up and good. This Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. Well, tough loss here for the Lady Mustangs as they lose their first one in the Carl 7 League, now at 5-1. They go down to Weld Central 25-24. Leading for the Weld Central Rebels was McClure with 9, Leet with 8, and Gherkin and Ballinger each with 3, and Brovsky with 2 for their 25. Leading the night for the Mustangs is Haley Lewis with 8, Lindsay Nestor with 7, Abby Mussman with 4, Kelsey Shaver and Riley Bauman each with 2, and Amy Anderson with 1 for their 24 points. As far as turnovers and rebounds are concerned, the Mustangs had 16, the Rebels had 18. Mustangs were out-rebounded tonight, unofficially 25-22. So as we said, a tough loss here by the Lady Mustangs as they fall for the first time in the Colorado 7 League, as they had went ahead there at the right towards the end, but they left McClure open under the bucket for the basket, put them up 25-24, and that's how it came to an end. It's from the free throw line, not many free throws taken tonight. Fort Morgan was 6 of 10 for 60%. The Rebels were only 2 of 9 for 22% from the free throw line. Only one free throw attempt in that second half, and that was Haley Lewis right there. Very critical miss there. It would have made it a tie ball game if she would have connected on that. But they kept her well under her average as she was held to only 8 points, but she averages 14 points on the year so far. So they did a nice job doubling down on her in the down in the paint for the Weld Central Rebels. So we will take another break and then be back with the player of the game on B106 and B106.com.